Gracie Veterano, old family first, fam. Taught the world to swing that double-edged sword, it works, fam. BJJ from GJJ, like Cool Herc gave birth to what your DJ plays. But despite the lineage, I will never be closed-minded. Refuse to see beyond the lines, you go blind. Rocker travels the 10th planet, I flow free. I'm welcome on mini-mats, gi to no gi. Though my branch traces roots to the original tree. Roots sprouted from the original seed. Water with blood, sweat, and tears, spotlight with sunlight. That tree became a forest, ballet tudo done right. Then Hoist dominated them all in one night. And hate song hasn't been beaten in one fight. Flow with the goal, in a hit on an holly note. That to continue to win, we must continue to grow. Let's go!
What happened, man? Bro, you're all fucked up. Jiu-jitsu is a gentle art. You're not supposed to be fucked up. You can't bring that shit in here, man.
I must seek vengeance. I must learn elsewhere, and I will have my vengeance.
I don't know, man. This place is pretty legit. There is one place.
You will tell me where I can learn and seek vengeance upon my foe.
I will tell you where you can learn.
Porra, caralho.
Can I help you?
At once, I must see
He's not here, but he should be here soon.
Boy, I thought I told you not to let that guy in here.
I don't think he's here for child support.
Ladies, go play outside. What I can do for you, my brother?
I must learn this art and exact vengeance on my foe.
Oh, boy, you came to the right place. I'm gonna give you a free trial lesson.
Just train me so that I may destroy Jeff Glover and all other foes in the galaxy.
Oh, boy, in the galaxy. We're gonna have to do a lot of private on that one. We're gonna do 100 private to start. We're gonna give you a free t-shirt. We're gonna give you a gi, elite, all that stuff, my brother.
Just teach me at once.
Boy, we're gonna get started right now, my brother. You came to the right place, so brother. Boy. Now you ready for your first lesson of Jiu-jitsu? First, you're gonna go out and you're gonna wash and wax all my cars.
You only have one car.
Boy, who asked you to talk? Make yourself useful over there. Boy, caralho. Don't worry about that, guys. Okay, that's it. You're done. Caralho. Gonna bruise that front part. Okay, my brojinho. Now we're gonna do the next lesson. Okay, so what's your best asset you got? No, I'm not talking about the light savers. Save that one. What other kind of stuff you got there?
The dark side of the Force.
Well, we call that one the African American side now. Well, so if I'm gonna square up to you like that, wow, how you gonna react to that? Take that fucking stuff, give to me. I'm talking about what else you got, you stuffs here.
I would simply use the dark side of the Force and try to devastate my foe.
You either do or you do not. You're not gonna try that one. We had some hard trainings today, my brother. But you came through with flying colors. I'm proud of you. So now I got something for you, my brother.
Yes, Master.
And now, from that technique that I was taught you very dangerous person now. And you gotta remember, with great power is coming also a lot of, you're gonna have a responsibility to do a lot of stuff. You gotta take care of your kids and all that. That you're lucky you're Babalu's cousin, and you got the same fucking facial hair. You can't even grow a heel beard or a heel mustache. So you got flies circling around your face. See, that fly is the only one gonna be attracted to you, and not some poontang. And then you're gonna bring underneath, and you're gonna take that one, the top one, and you're gonna put the other one, the bottom. And then you're gonna do like that, see? Something like that. And don't smile or to laugh because it's not funny. You're gonna be laughing, you're gonna laughing all the way, not to the bank. You're gonna be to the unemployment lines. Use your fucking brain sometime. And
Hi.
Beautiful.
How's it going? TJ Dillashaw. Come to check out some Eddie Bravo technique and see some of the slick skills he's got.
Thank you, brother. Awesome, dude.
This is a test.
Hey guys, my name is Michelle, and welcome to The Hooks. This isn't a show for the fanboys and the wannabes. This is a show for the fighters, the guys and girls who get on the mat every week and have the lumps to prove it. You can think of us as your survival guide for all things MMA. Every week, we're going into the top gyms to talk to the biggest names and the grittiest veterans in the fight game. From stand-up combos, to leg locks, to working off the cage, we're gonna cover it all. but it's not going to be just another one of those typical how-to videos. Hi, I'm Michelle Blanchard. I'm a health and fitness coach and model. I'm also something you wouldn't expect. I'm a professional football player and a mixed martial artist. Besides being a mother, model, and adrenaline junkie, I'm also an MMA addict. The rolling, the stand-up, the friends, I love it all. And I have the best job in the world because I get to sit down with the best fighters and trainers in the business to get into the weeds, all geek style. You can take the hooks to practice, on the couch, or to the moon, and we're gonna improve your game because we obsess over this stuff like no one else. So whether you're a pro, amateur, or just like to sound smart at the next UFC party, we got you. Each week we'll have a great in-depth interview, a walkthrough of the week's featured techniques, and most importantly, the cycle, where we break down everything we learned. Plus we categorize each episode for your level of experience. White for beginners, purple for intermediate, and black for advanced. Got it? Good. Well, let's get started. We're here at Tap Out LA in downtown to talk to the founder of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, Eddie Bravo. Eddie's a lightning rod for debate in the BJJ world, with unorthodox moves like the twister and the rubber guard, and his vocal support for no-gi grappling. A third-degree black belt under Brazilian legend Jean-Jacques Machado, Eddie has taught and coached MMA stars like Joe Rogan, Chuck Liddell, Ronda Rousey, and many others. And we're catching up with Eddie on the eve of his rematch against his most legendary opponent. In 2003, Eddie was the first person to tap Royler Gracie in competition. Ever since then, the BJJ world has demanded another match between them. On March 29 at Metamoris 3 in Los Angeles, they'll get their wish. Get ready for a great purple episode of The Hooks. How are you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good, good. Well, great to have you.
Great to be here.
Today we want to talk about the infamous rubber guard. But first, my first question is regular guard. What are some problems you see that MMA fighters encounter when they're on their backs and they have someone in their guard?
Well, the first problem they encounter are the elbows and the punches that are being thrown. And you have to clinch up to deal with those. You can punch back and you can throw elbows back, which is effective, but generally you have to clinch up to minimize the damage from the punches and elbows. And you know what ends up happening with traditional close guard in MMA is you use both your arms and your legs to tie up your opponent to minimize the damage. That leaves no limbs left to set up high percentage submissions. So that's why you rarely see submissions from the guard in MMA, because they're having a hard enough time just trying to stop the strikes.
Right. So in general, in MMA, when you're on your back, the general census is get off the back. How though has the rubber guard changed that to adapt when you are in that situation?
Well, if you're winning the stand-up war, or if you feel you can take down your opponent and get back on top. But you will run into situations where the guy's beating you on your feet and you end up on your back. Are you sure you want to get back up? You know, being on your back is better than being on your feet when you're getting beat up.
Right.
So you have situations like that, and you also have situations where maybe you are winning the stand-up war, but your opponent is a superior wrestler and he keeps taking you down at will, and you would like to get back up, but you just can't get back up, and you can either continue to try and it eats time off the clock, and there have been lots of fighters that choose to spend all their time on their back trying to get back up, and then you know, you have the end of the fight, 3 rounds, 3 5-minute rounds, maybe 3 3-minute rounds, go so quick, and you just spent the whole fight trying to drag yourself back up when you could have possibly submitted them off your back and spent all that time setting up submissions off your back or sweeps off your back. In the rubber guard system, you have a free arm. That's the difference. Instead of using 2 arms to control his head and his posture,
we're using one arm and one leg, which requires some flexibility and some dexterity. So you have a free arm to set up different transitions, different paths, and from there it gets really complex and sophisticated. But it also can be very basic as well. It all depends on what you want to do.
So you have the super fight Metamoris 3 against Royler Gracie coming up. And he's very more traditional, gi style, BJJ. How is your style, the 10th Planet system, going to come into play, and how do you see this also coming to play in the future of Jiu-Jitsu?
Well, obviously he comes from a very traditional lineage. His father was Helio Gracie, the founder of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. So he's not too unorthodox, although he does like a lot of footlocks, and you can consider that unorthodox when it comes to traditional gi jiu-jitsu. But for the most part, he's going to come at you with bread and butter jiu-jitsu basics that are polished to the core, and I'm coming at him with an absolute unorthodox style. He's going to have a lot to deal with that he's not used to. He's going to have to really address the rubber guard, address my half guard, and the twister, and there's so much that he has to address that I'm doing different. And it's really not, the difference between 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu and BJJ is not really that 10th Planet has crazy jiu-jitsu or anything. We just are open-minded to everything. So we just offer all jiu-jitsu that works no gi and MMA, all of it. So that's really the difference. It's not unorthodox and orthodox. We're open-minded, and a portion of traditional Brazilian jiu-jitsu isn't.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Eddie, and let's get to work on some rubber guard.
Hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you, Matt. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Awesome to have you here, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I think I'm going. Told you we're not.
Nate. Can you do that again, Jen? What you just did? Gentlemen. In case you didn't know, we do have capoeira, a capoeira class on Saturday at noon.
Saturday at noon with Sarakuru. Right here, gentlemen. Can you show some stuff? Can you show some things? Yeah. The best stuff. Show me the best. This is what you can learn. The class is big, right? Big. Noon Saturday class. I'll tell you something. American capoeira right here. This is the goal with the cartwheels. If you could pass a guy's guard like this, I'll give you $500. Boom! Can you do that? Can you do that? Really? That's a hard one. Do it again. Do it again. Oh, battle. We're battling. We're battling. For the music. Try it. Mastering system, and then Christy's got a fight. She's got film crew here. They're following around. We're going to be on oxygen today, guys. Something to be proud of, all right? We're going to edit that out. Oh, also, in case you were in hibernation or in a coma, Sunday night, Nathan Orchard here represented 10th Planet. Sunday, man, we lucked out. We had so many awesome competitors, and in the corners, the way they were set up, especially at 170. We got Boogie right here on the top of that bracket, Bill Cooper at the bottom of that bracket, and on the other side of 170, it was Gary Tonin and Nathan. So really, no matter who was in the middle, there's flanked on the corners. Is that correct? Flanked. We had 4 destroyers that were going to close in like that, boom. No matter what. The middle fights, they could have went wrong, but everyone there was down to get down, and I mean, we only had one of the official fights go to overtime round. Only one, and that was the finals of the 145. And when designing these overtime rules, you go through all the possible scenarios and all the possible ways someone could try to cheat the system. And when you find those ways, I was pretty good at cheating in school. I was a master at cheating, so I wasn't just about doing this. I would sneak into the teacher's desk. I was the master, so I'm trying to think of every way to cheat. And I thought I figured everything out, but there was one worst case scenario. What if all 3 overtime rounds, all 3, what if they ended, they went all 3 because they were all escapes. We have 3 rounds of all escapes, and then we have to combine the quickest escape time from those 3 rounds, and that determines the winner. Would it be anticlimactic? That was worst case scenarios would have been if that would have happened in the finals. In the finals, all 3 rounds are escapes. Man, I go, I hope that doesn't happen, because I don't know how it's going to look, if people are going to, if it's just going to deflate the whole tournament. But that's exactly what happened. Finals, 3 rounds, they all escaped. And you know what? It worked way better than I thought. Everyone was screaming every time Gio escaped or Jeff Glover escaped. It was intense. Every round they escaped. It was beautiful. Gio in one round transitioned from the back to the truck. The crowd went nuts. Almost had Jeff Glover in a twister in overtime. But after the bottom of that 3rd round, when I think it was Jeff, when he escaped, at that point I'm like, oh shit, what's going to happen There was so much energy. I didn't know who won. I had to go to the timekeeper, Megan, have her add up each of the escape times. We made that huge so that during the overtime rounds, dudes wouldn't just hold and go, he ain't gonna submit me. And you have to get out, because if this goes to 3 rounds, then it comes down to quickest escape time and submission time combined. Like if the first round they both submitted each other, then the next round they both escaped, then the next round they both escaped, we take that submission time and the escape time, put it together on both, and whoever has the quickest time, they win. So what ended up happening is I went up and like, who won? She was like a minute. I'm like, cool. And right there I knew it worked. I'm like, shit, this is just like the UFC. People don't know who won. And the winner is, I'm like, shit, they're waiting. Boom! I knew the crowd was gonna go nuts when I raised Steele's hand. So it was perfect. Worst case scenario happened. And it wasn't a worst case scenario. It was probably the best case scenario. So Nathan got a heel hook in the first round and then got heel hook in the next round. It happens when you go after leg locks. Sometimes you get one reversed on you sometimes. He's only been working leg locks for about a year, and he's already one of the best leg lockers I ever rolled with. So he's going to keep on that path to becoming just the ultimate leg locker out there. And on the way, he's going to get caught a couple times, but he's going to keep on going and get better and better and get caught less and less. And then boom, he walked through the fire. He made it through the fire. Because you're always going to get caught when you walk through the fire of leg locks. Because you're giving them your legs too. They could switch around. They're like, and if they're better than you, ooh, you thought you were good, and then someone just, boom, they got you. It could be a guy that's not even as good, and you left your heel out, and they were good enough to crank on. All right, but he's walking through the fire. He submersed himself in leg locks. It backfired, and that made everything exciting. We can't just have all 10 kind of guys rocking the house. You know what I mean? Ben Eddie, purple belt from San Francisco, who moved down to LA about 6 months ago. He won his first 2 matches with an Hindulo team. I have trouble saying that. Half Marcellitine, half rubber guard. The most incredible, crazy shit I've ever seen. And he invented it and did it twice. And he was the first. It was amazing. And then he lost to Jeff Glover in a crazy battle. So Ben Eddie lost, but he won. He won that night. You understand? He made his mark. Just people were going to learn that Hindulo team. Josh Barnett didn't even know what it was. Like, holy shit, what the hell is that? No one knew what it was. Like, fuck. And I knew once, I'm like, it was over. If you don't know, if you're not prepared for it, you were done. But very few people can do that. Very few people can do a Hindulo team. You gotta be super flexible. And the longer the legs, the better. Anyways, today we're gonna go over new little tweaks in the twister. Last Mastering the System, we covered the new final 3 steps. Today we're gonna cover a different way to look at the samurai. And then we're going to get into a new truck leg control, which is what I'm going to all the time, which a new wrestler of ours showed it to me. Kui's going to be a huge 10th planet star. He's brand new to the team. The guy's I already know he's going to be a massive destroyer. All right, and he showed me this new way to control your opponent in the truck. People are getting really good at flipping the truck, flipping it. People are getting so good at it, like Dempsey, they'll let you get him in the truck so he can flip it. Now he's in the truck. It's like, you did all the work for me. You're like, oh man, you're a blue belt, we're going with a purple belt, Dempsey, and you think, oh damn, I got his back. Oh shoot, I'm on this guy. And then boom, he just flipped it on you. That's what's happening. So this control becomes very, very important. And also, we're gonna just tag a new way to look at the samurai as well. Let me use your service. So, the samurai here, for those of you who don't know, you're in 3/4 mount here. Anytime you're in 3/4 mount here, you
Sitting on the toilet, waiting for my bowel to move. I gotta do-do, sitting. Oh, hey there. Hey, yo, you seen the UFC this weekend? Fucking UFC mad happy. They got a new champion, TJ Dillashaw. You know what I'm saying? He white, he good looking, he fucking speak English, and he move like a brother. In fact, I think TJ stand for Tyrone Jackson. He's a missing member of the Jackson 5. Anyway, white people, don't be shooting people because you can't get pussy and you got money. Go buy a hooker, especially if you gay.
Watch for it, yeah. You gotta look for the shot. That was an opportunity. Now. Don't let him pull you in that guard. Up. Posture up. Wide. Look out.
What that other leg?
Make him hang on. Make him do the work. Watch for the ankle.
One leg back.
It really,
it works.
Try to push that foot back.
It works for me and no good.
You go, keep your base. Up. Head up.
Don't let him get that on. Why they go plot him?
Sorcerer, I think. Double arm bar. I think.
Jiu-jitsu is pretty damn boring too. You go to a jiu-jitsu match and a sport jiu-jitsu match with two guys with gis. Holy shit. Are you kidding me?
Now this one, again, it's becoming harder and harder to pull off twisters and calf cranks and crotch rippers, and all that shit in the twister system. Because it's just basic at HQ, basic at all the schools. You roll with a guy who doesn't know the system, man, they're just gonna fall right. They're not. Gio's just putting people in the trunk all day. You got a twister at EBI, you got a calf cranking everybody. People just don't know where that truck is coming from. Outside, sometimes. But my boys are shit. Trying to get Nathan in the truck last night. Damn! He just knew where it was coming from. And all my top guys, so they don't just fall to a damn truck. You got to come up with some new ways and new tricks, new counters all the time. You got to switch it up. And the calf crank now is becoming harder and harder because you know now that when a guy first gets caught in the truck, his legs bent. He don't know what the fuck this is. Calf cramps, easy, boom. First 3 or 4 times, then they go, oh, okay, I got to keep that leg straight. I got to keep that leg straight. So with the same entry here, we're
If you don't have that foot there, I want to see if it's still.
first mission in rubber guard is to break and maintain posture control on your opponent. If your opponent is up here, I'm in some serious trouble with punches and elbows, and there's just not a good place to be. Plus, you can't submit anybody with this kind of distance between us. I need to close the distance. Either she may already be down because I can throw punches and she's gonna time her punches at the right spot, or I gotta go up and grab her and yank her down right here. So, when she's sitting back on her heels here, this is traditional, sit back on her heels, traditional full guard from here. Very effective, can keep you safe, but very hard to move, very hard to set up submissions or sweeps from this position. So, in the first position of the rubber guard, I bring my leg up to replace my left hand. I'm controlling my leg up here, so now I have a free hand to make things happen. My right leg can be leg curled over her body to prevent her from backing out, or my right foot could be on the hip to minimize stacking her crushing me. Or I could cross my feet up here to keep her from posturing up. So this right leg is constantly keeping her in check and keeping her posture controlled. So we could be here, here, or here. Once we establish this control, and we might even have to use both hands here. You might have to do this. You might have to do this. Your opponent might be a strong beast, all right? So the goal is to be able to control someone like this, where you can use this foot on the hip and you're constantly squeezing. At this point, I want this hand on the mat. So the way I get this hand on the mat is by going around her elbow, under, through. This move is called the zombie. And as I reach for the sky, now that hand's on the mat. Now it can't touch me. It can't punch me. It couldn't punch me here either. But now, even more so, it's out of the mix. And I need it over there to transition to the omoplata position, which is what we're trying to get her with. We're trying to get her in a shoulder lock. So once we're here, the next move is to secure her posture here. This is called the double bag here, because I'm gonna let go of this ankle. I don't wanna let go of this ankle unless I have her posture control still with the other leg. So I let go of this arm. Now my forearm's on the other side of her neck, and I rehook the ankle in the same spot. Now, once I'm here, I can let go of this bottom foot, bring this foot over and in front of her face, and we push off, and this will blast us into a position called Jew claw here. Bam. Still, she can't hit me. She's under total control. She can try to posture up. She can try to posture up. And I'm gonna ice pick her back down. Or if I don't have control of her body here, she can roll over her right shoulder and get on top. And now I gotta start all over. So when we transition the Jew claw, we must control her body the whole time. So again, we establish control here. We're in mission control. Zombie. double bag, clear the neck, boom. And this move here is called the Kung Fu move. We're bringing the foot over, elbow goes over the toes, and then bam, we push that foot against her face, transitioning here. I control the wrist with my right hand, block her body so she can't roll, and get on top of her. If she does try to roll, if she rolls, she's gonna bring me up with her because I'm clinched. She's gonna bring me up with her here because I'm holding onto her legs, and then we push her out of the way, right into side control. So that escape is legitimate, but if I hold on to her and slow her roll down, not only will her roll be slowed down, but she'll pick me up and I end up in this dominant position, twister side control. From here, we can set up the twister, very complex system here that would take an hour to explain, or we can go right to the mount, which is just as juicy. I like to go to the mount from this position by grabbing my toes and pulling it to the inside here. Very hard to block, she's trying to block. But if you have the flexibility, you can bring your foot in and then we slide right into the mount. And now it's a whole different ball game. We can strike or we can move to submit here.
Now let's do it in full speed.
Planet service announcement. You rep other schools and you rep the movement, people will rep your movement. You want people to show you love, you show love. You come to other people's gym, they come to your gym. You wear other people's stuff, they wear your stuff. This is a movement. This ain't VA, this ain't nothing else. This is 10 Planet. Make sure you log on to 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu and step your swagger up. We run this Jiu-Jitsu fashion. Get down with the movement.
Why is it that there exist so many goddamn religions?
Eddie Bravo Radio. Talk, motherfucker. Whatever. Oh, Eddie Bravo.
And of course, now I kind of know who Eddie Bravo is. He's kind of flexible guy with the weird things. And then I try to pay a little more attention, you know. And the fight is going to be 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a long time. If you not be prepared, if you don't have a plan, you're going to, like, you swim, and then you die in the beach, you know. That's kind of crazy.
Climbing. Let me try swimming. So I swam a little bit, and then the Katrina hit, that didn't end up happening. So again, I'm not a professional athlete, but I decided, fuck it. I got 6 weeks. Let me get my cardio together professionally. Let me go in there. And the one thing, I decided to swim. I went to 24-hour fitness. They have a big-ass clock. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I just thought, okay, well, let me just sprint. Sprint across the pool, see how long it takes. As soon as the clock hit 12, I sprinted, and it took me either from like 20 to 30 seconds to get across the pool. So I decided, you know what I'm going to do? 20 times, I'm going to sprint across the pool and rest the remainder of that minute. And as soon as the clock hits the 12, bam, sprint across again. And then whenever I get there, rest the rest of the minute. And every time the hand hits 12, go. And I do that 20 times. Just because it was 20-minute rounds. I don't know.
You're going to, like, you swim, and then you die in the beach, you know. That's kind of crazy.
Climbing. Let me try swimming.
You're going to, like, you swim, and then you die in the beach, you know. That's kind of crazy.
Climbing. Let me try swimming.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fight Network Studios. I am your host, John Ramdeen, and this is FNNE, your daily fight news fix. UFC Hall of Famer Royce Gracie was on the MMA Hour, where he admitted to approaching Eddie Bravo backstage at Metamoris 3. The Pride veteran was not happy about some of the previous comments made by the 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu founder and wanted to give him a tongue lashing. If asked if he would challenge Bravo to a grappling match, possibly at the next Metamoris event, the 48-year-old stated that he is a Vale Tudo fighter and no longer competes in grappling events. Happy to be joined by Mr. Robin Black, and Eddie Bravo has a sensational performance against Royce Gracie at Metamoris 3. Royce looked good too, but Eddie Bravo, I think in the eyes of most jiu-jitsu guys, if this was an actual jiu-jitsu match, Eddie Bravo would have won based on points. But of course, Metamoris set up a little bit differently. It is submission only, so the only way to win is by sub, but Eddie Bravo dominated. Royce Gracie was not happy with what transpired, I think, during the matchup. Went into the back, gave Eddie Bravo a tongue lashing saying, "You never credited my family, you're always disrespectful." What is up with Royce Gracie?
I don't know, man. I know this is outside of yours and mine area of expertise. We're MMA analysts. We talk about combat sports. We try to break down the minutia. You've got a subset of historian in you. You're the best historian in the sport. We don't know about this stuff, but let's talk about it anyways, because it's so dumb. Royce Gracie, man. Ben Folks wrote an awesome article for MMA Junkie the other day talking about this awesome guy that we grew up worshiping and admiring, who introduced us all to the sport of jiu-jitsu and MMA, and that guy's kind of acting like a dick now. You know, there's no evidence whatsoever that anyone can bring forward that Eddie has ever done anything except for say great things about the Gracies. He just posted on his website the intro of his first book, which is all about thanking them. He said great things about Royler. Come on, Royce. Why you gotta be like this?
Yeah, it's really strange because, I mean, one thing we know about the Gracies is they are great self-promoters. And is this a ploy by Royce Gracie to try to create some sort of interest for Metamoris 4? He says, no, I don't want to be involved in any type of grappling match. I'm a Vale Tudo fighter, so I will punch you in the face, Eddie Bravo. But he also made some weird comments about the fact that Royler dominated Eddie Bravo and Eddie had to run into the back to get sick. What do you think he's doing here?
You know, honestly, I think you might be giving him a little too much credit, brother. And I mean that with all due respect. This is the first family of martial arts. These guys are royalty, man. But this one, I think, is just a guy who didn't like seeing his family lose, who didn't like seeing some young upstart who's making a big statement to the world saying, my system works. I'm the new generation of jiu-jitsu fighter and MMA-based jiu-jitsu guy, and I'm pioneering and innovating in the sport. And I just don't think he liked it. We're gonna cut him some slack because he's the great Royce Gracie. But come on, Royce, come on, man.
And I don't know where I'm ending up. Trekking the globe makes it hard for me to stay in touch. I'm on the run, cause I'm more than just the place I'm from. Taking control of my destiny is number one.
Aim for the head, go for the throat. One for the money and two for the show. Shooting like stars to travel the globe. Zooming your view like a shrooming alone. Root of the bone, roof getting blown. All for this motherfucker burying my soul. Now that you know, take it in stride. Nobody's gonna make it out alive. You're probably gonna wanna pray to Christ. Take a moment to breathe and heed advice. Weaving these webs to seeds and lies. Attracts every angle, creed and type. I knew that I couldn't believe the hype. I knew I had to see it in a different light. I knew
the 12th graders said that they smoked marijuana recently. Today, that number is down to 22%.
Not the number I just gave.
Well, your number is wrong.
No,
your number is wrong.
Take it up with the National Institutes of Health, all right?
Look,
They're the one that put it out.
I am a council member on the National Institute of Health. Your number is wrong. I'm telling you, it's 22% of seniors who smoke marijuana in the past month.
All right.
That's a fact.
I doubt it's the fact because we don't get this wrong. These researchers.
That's wrong.
All right. Well, we'll call them again, and tomorrow I will say yes.
Now to the lightweight division, Tony El Kukui Ferguson versus Katsunori Kikuno.
punches. I think what's more surprising than Chino was the fact that he's able to get I want to slow down my guy. I wasn't expecting to finish him with my one that's going back. I think he was hard to run right there. I just want to make sure that you get him up on the floor. Again, Tony, Kuno's a big man. Congratulations on another big victory. Can't wait to see you, and hopefully as a brown belt soon. You guys appreciate it. Let's go. Tony Ferguson wants to fight inside the octagon. Striking against Kuno here in Las Vegas. A big win. Coming up next, we'll check.
Either you're going to get got, or he's going to get got, or no one's going to get caught. And then sometimes you just get caught. 80% of the time, if you're a top leg lock guy, it's going to sway in your favor. Like Gary Tonin, he leg locks everybody. He doesn't really get leg locked. Very good defense. Jeff Glover is like unleg lockable. That's what I hear. And he's very good at knee bars. I don't know if you noticed his knee bar. I mean, being right there, I have a whole new respect for Jeff Glover because I've never been that close watching Jeff Glover going, damn, he's got a serious knee bar. Holy shit. There's so many levels to leg lock. So many. And there's so many levels to defense. It's like, you don't want to get in a leg lock battle with Jeff Glover, I don't think. Because it seems like I keep hearing he doesn't tap to him. His legs are super flexible, and he's really good at it. Shit. You might want to stay away. Or you could gamble and say, fuck it, I think I could get his leg. He might get yours too, so it's a tough one. It's a tough one. So Nathan has been working on his leg locks for the last 2 years, 3 years? A year, and he's a leg lock assassin. But there's so many levels. And he's got, to the point where his leg locks are as good as Gary Tonin or Jeff Glover. He will. He's on that pace already. He's already on that pace. There's just so many levels. So many levels. Just when you think you know how to stop a leg lock, and you're at a level where, oh man, my leg locks are really good, and every time someone throws this leg lock at me, I just turn my heel and I just I'm out. And then you think you know how to get out of it. You think. But then there's other levels. It's like someone comes up to me and says, yeah, I've been working on getting out of the twister. I think I know the way out. Anytime someone gets me in the twister, I get out. I would naturally think, man, I probably solved that problem, what you're doing, a long time ago. I've been doing this shit 20 years. You know what I mean? So if someone, it's like there's a whole nother level now. You think you know how to stop it. Let's see if you can really stop it. I got dudes trying to stop this all day. You understand? So the same thing with leg locks, same thing with triangles. You think, I'm good at getting out of triangles. No one in my class triangles, I'm good. And then you run into a dude who's taking triangles to the highest possible level, and you're like, oh shit, I don't know how to get out of triangles. You may think you do, because no one in your class is, maybe there's one guy who's good at triangles. I can get up at everyone's triangles. There's people out there that are taking triangles. Like you get caught in a Jeff Glover triangle, it's pretty much fucking done, 98%. There's guys who are like, oh, no one can choke me, no one can get my back. I go, have you rolled with Marcelo Garcia? Do you know who he is? If he had your back, he will choke you 100%. You understand what I'm saying? There's so many levels to everything. Just Americanas. An Americana, you think, oh, it's basic, boom. I've seen levels. I've been there. I've seen the levels to the Americana. There's this guy, I've talked about this before. His name is Marius. He's a dude, he's an English dude. He owns London Shoot Fighter. I've never seen anybody hit Americana like this motherfucker. I've never seen like, oh shit. Look what he's done. He's obsessed on something and then took it to the highest possible level. That doesn't mean that he has alien blood. He has got some Americana blood in him.
It just, he got obsessed with that position and did it so many more times, practiced so many more times than anybody else. Most people in here aren't working on their Americana. So it's just gonna stay where it's at. Maybe get a little better over a period of 3 or 4 years, and then another 8 years to get a little bit better. I'm bringing up Americana because I'm about to teach you my version of the Americana. It's not like Marius. And the next time I see a Marius, the next time I see him, I'm gonna sit his fucking ass down and say, dude, let me get this on video. I never got it on video. I haven't seen him. I think the last time I saw him, they didn't have video cameras on their phone. I think I had a trio. Remember them big fat trios? Remember that shit? They had internet, but it took forever to get any kind of, you're like, I got internet, bro. I remember Joe bragging with his trio, and I'm like, fuck. He's got internet on his phone. And then he gave it to me like a year later because he upgraded. I'm like, oh shit. I walk around with the trio like it was a Rolex. Holding the trio in my hand. I was so proud of that thing. But anyways, something as simple as just an Americana. Let me use your Nathan. Everyone does their Kimuras a little bit different. Their Americanas a little. Kimuras on their own are, it seems so basic. The Kimura thing, and everyone thinks, they think they know the Kimura. Oh, I can do a Kimura. Look, oh, I think every now and then you might get a teenager in a Kimura and you think you know a Kimura. There is so many levels to the Kimura. It's incredible. There's some guys, once they put the Kimura grip on you, the chances of you getting out are fucking slim. And there's other guys, they put a Kimura grip and just get off and boom. So many levels, just basic shit, everything. Knee slice pass. There's 1,000 levels that just getting your knee slice. Oh, I know how to do the knee slice. Do you realize that there's 1,000,000 levels? You gotta constantly polish. So, everyone, anytime I'm in the mount, I'm always looking to
Dwayne Ludwig. Dwayne Ludwig here at the 10th Planet HQ. Learn some ninja techniques from Mr. Bravo himself.
Bang!
Where you going, you're not coming back from.
Our cycle starts with Eddie going down, but I didn't do a good job passing and fell into his guard. As soon as Eddie falls into guard, he locks my head against his chest and brings his left leg across my back to prevent me from posturing up. At the same time, he plants his right foot against my hip. This is not only to set up the rubber guard, but to keep me from driving forward or stacking him. And notice how tight Eddie's keeping his right knee against my rib cage, preventing me from pulling my arm back and trying to escape or pass guard. Essentially, I'm locked in and I can't do anything. As soon as he sees the opportunity, Eddie starts setting up the rubber guard and swimming his left arm in for the zombie. A few things here. First, notice how Eddie never takes his right foot off my hip. I still can't drive forward, and it gives him leverage to position himself out to the side of me. Second, Eddie's making sure that he's securing his left leg by his ankle, and not the edge of the foot or the toes or anything else like that. Since he's cupping his ankle, I feel very tight pressure from his forearm against my collarbone area. Finally, after he clears my right arm to the mat with the zombie, Eddie's hugging his left knee tightly. If he didn't do that, I might be able to power up and get my left hand back on his body where it belongs. These 3 points of pressure make it very difficult for me to keep a solid base, and impossible for me to posture up and throw punches. Eddie takes his right foot off my hip and grabs it with his other arm for the double bag. Now he can let go of his left ankle and re-grab it on the other side of my head. This makes it easier for him to pull his shin from behind my head to in front of my face. I can't defend against Eddie sticking his foot in my face because the zombie technique from before has locked my nearest arm to the ground. In the double bag technique, Eddie holding his right leg across my back with his left hand prevents me from pivoting clockwise to try and establish a better base and top control. But my biggest problem is now that Eddie's left leg is over my right shoulder. The joint is now isolated and vulnerable for attack in the form of the omoplata. And as Eddie uses the kung fu move to push my face further away, this only isolates my right shoulder more. Any white belt can see what's coming next, only I can't do much to stop it. And there he goes, pushing his shin against my face to help him spin into the omoplata setup. Notice how he stomps down or ice picks, so I'm driven face first towards the mat. You can't get an omoplata on someone who can posture up easily. My right arm, which was locked down from the zombie, now finds itself locked between Eddie's legs. Notice how Eddie crosses his left leg under his right leg. This gives him more strength and foundation if I try to muscle out of the omoplata setup. It's hard to see here, but Eddie also grabbed my right wrist and is holding it against his body. Even if I were able to free my wrists, Eddie's legs are now so much stronger from crossing them that I can't escape through a power move. And if Eddie was a split second slower, I could have rolled or somersaulted forward to escape. But he immediately grabbed the back of both my legs with his left arm. Now if I roll, I either won't go anywhere or I'm taking Eddie with me. But I don't have much choice and I roll. He releases his hold on my legs and falls right into a top side position, while I defend with my right leg against a mount pass attempt. Twister side control isn't seen as much as other forms of side control, but it's a great one for MMA because it's very safe. I certainly can't hit him very well with his face turned away, and it's designed to keep me from easily getting him back into my guard. Notice how high Eddie's hips are up by my body. They're near my head, not by my chest or stomach, so I can't sit up or push him downward very easily. His right arm is against my right thigh, which keeps me from trying to shoot that knee upward towards his hips and swivel to get him in my guard. Eddie's left arm is tight against my left side of my body, which prevents me from slipping my own hand underneath to try and shuck him up or away or just try to get out of there. And he's sitting on my left arm, which he never really released with his legs during the omoplata attempt. Basically, I'm walled off from my own body from the neck down. Finally, Eddie's right foot is giving him a great leverage base. It gives him stability as he sets up his mount attempt. I'm able to break it up when Eddie grabs his foot, but it's only for a split second, and he's into mount. The other great thing about twister side control is that my arms are way out of defensive position, up near my head when Eddie mounts. So it's hard for me to immediately fight off the mount. So now Eddie's in a good position. He's already postured up with knees high up my body and tight along my side, and ready to punch downward because my own arms were in such a bad position during the twister side control and mount transition. The best choice for me is to just cover up and wait for him to start punching, so I can try to escape mount when he has less balance. But make no mistake, I went from being in a top position to being mounted in a few simple steps. Not a good place to be. Thanks to the mad genius Eddie Bravo and Tap Out LA for that awesome rubber guard tutorial. As well as thanks to our sponsor, Fighter Girls. I'm Michelle Blanchard with the hooks. Sink 'em in.
All right, fans, come on out, finalists, for the 145-pound division.
On the call from Victory MMA,
on, Gio. It's the pressure, Gio. Good pressure. There we go. He's waiting for it, Gio. Leg, let it flow. Watch that arm again. There you go. There you go, Gio. Let's go, baby. Push his knee, push his leg, Gio. There we go.
Your house, Gio. Let's go. Fix that.
Watch that leg. Ultra. Then you get ultra. You watch your knee. Get it to the ground. Yep. Nice. Step over. Gio, be first, Gio. Here we go. Keep going.
Go, Gio!
Come on, Gio Martinez. Come on, Gio. Let's do it. Hey, baby. Breathe.
Do some breakdancing, Gio.
Good. That's that knee, Gio. That knee. That right knee in there. Rush with that right knee. Focus on that hip. Watch for the great space. Nice. Yes, he wants to stay under. Kick away. Kick his butt. Right in the butt. There you go. Fight his hand. Try to suck that knee in. Yep. 5 minutes. Come on, Gio. Keep it up. Don't let him sit back, Gio. He wants to sit on it. Keep it bent. Keep fighting. Keep pulling your leg out. There you go, Gio. Leave it all on the map, brother.
4 minutes. Good job.
Let's go! Come on, attack you. Come right back.
There you go. Yeah.
Weird position, Gio. Keep moving. Keep moving. Japanese.
Position.
Jump triangles, watch him pull you in. That neck, ninja. Yeah. He doesn't like that. Watch her to turn into an armbar. There we go. Play your game, Gio. Go.
Watch the knee bar.
Get on it, Gio.
Gio, right there.
There it is. Heavy knee now. Heavy knee. Heavy knee. Keep his legs wide.
1 minute, yeah. Roll over. Get the underhook. 2 minutes.
Hands, Mike. Those hands, Gio.
Go, Gio, you got this, baby. Come on. Come on, bring yours.
Strong leg. Strong, straight leg.
Come on, Gio.
Boot on, strong leg. Come on, Gio. Keep his legs wide.
Come on, Gio. 2 minutes, Gio. You got this, baby. Come on. Come on,
Keep safe, Gio. Most important. What's just sitting out there, Gio? 1 minute. Loose heels. Stay on that.
1 minute, Gio.
Be heavy.
50 seconds. Go, Jeff. Get that money, Jeff. 1 minute.
Get your knee down, Gio. Find his hands. Don't let him sit back. Banana split. Banana split. Get his leg out of there. Right back into it. Baseball bat.
Move your
Nation, Dia Martinez. Make some noise if you like those overtime rules. Make some noise if you'd rather have overtime rules based on wrestling. I hear the air conditioning. That's all I hear. And the ice machine.
Planet, baby. I hear the future, baby. Coming.